Show you how to put your Google Slide calendar into your Schoology page as an announcement. First thing you're going to do is make sure that you have your Google Slide calendar. So I have mine bookmarked already in a folder. If you're interested in learning how to do that, let me know. But it just needs to be in your Google Drive somewhere, and you need to know what it's called. We're going to add materials, and we are going to scroll down to add a page. When we add this page, we can call this whatever we want because eventually you'll be able to delete it. So it doesn't matter the name of it. And then we're going to insert content, which is this box with the arrow. When you select this, there's lots of options, but you're going to choose Google Drive Resource App. Once you click this, you're going to get a ton of options or potentially no options. It depends on how often you've uploaded things from your Google Drive. But most likely your calendar will not be in there that you want. So you're going to add resources and you're going to add files from Google Drive. This is where knowing the name of your calendar is going to be really helpful. So mine is called IA Calendar, and then something about 2026. I don't need to know the exact name, thankfully, but it is the first thing that shows up here. So I'm going to select this. And if you're not sure, you can always hover over the name. I'm going to select it. And then it puts it in this like menu of things that I can choose from as the very first thing. So I'm going to click the box and then I'm going to choose import embed. Now, a pet peeve of mine is this white space up above. So I'm going to delete that white space so I don't have it there anymore. And then before I just press create, I'm going to adjust the size of my calendar. So when I pick the picture, I'm going to choose, in the past I've done about 950, and I only need to choose that first dimension because the second dimension will automatically change based on keeping the proportions the same. I'm going to insert and then I'm going to press create. Now it's going to look like you added this page, but you're not going to see anything. So when you do that, you're going to then click on calendar and you will see your calendar. Now this is great. So if you wanted it to just show up on your page, you could do this, or another option in these pages is you could click to display on a new page. And then when you do that, it will show up right here. But I don't really like the way that that looks. I prefer to have it at the top of my page. So when I am open on this calendar page, this is the hardest part. You're going to drag from one corner of the calendar to the other. It has to highlight blue. So let me show you that again. I put my cursor down on the bottom right-hand side. I click my mouse and then I am scrolling over. I accidentally released. I'm going to scroll over to the other corner until it highlights blue. Then I'm going to do Command C or Control C. You could also right click and press copy, but my laptop, this particular laptop, doesn't have that option. But you need to copy that calendar. Now we are going to go back into updates. And I am going to paste that calendar, whatever I just copied, into this box. Then to have it show up as an announcement or at the top of the page, I click the little bell underneath that little speech bubble, and then I press post. And there it is. Now, when you have this as your announcement, students can then click through and see all the other pages. So I tend to go in there and hide the other weeks. In some of my upperclassmen courses, they like to see the past week, so I put them and drag them around and change the order of them. But you can do whatever you want. So whatever you end up doing with your calendar here will automatically get updated in your Schoology page. So you don't have to continuously upload a new calendar every single week. So that's how you just have it automatically put there. I can also go down here and delete this page. And it's not there, but my calendar still is. So now with my bookmark calendar, I can go in and change whatever I want, and the students will see that new calendar. One thing I did just think of that I would like to mention before you get too far is you do want to make sure you share this. It will look like it is totally possible to see, but I am going to share this with anyone with the link so that those people or all your students and anybody, parents, can see your calendar at your top of your Schoology page. I hope that helped.